Hey guys, welcome back to Laura's Little Luxuries. My name's Laura, and here on my channel I love to share all kinds of ways that I bring some affordable luxury into my life. For the last year or so I've been obsessed with handbags, particularly Portland leather goods, but I've been branching out lately. And today's video is all about a new bag that I picked up when I was out shopping. Yes, I was going to the Portland leather goods outlet store here in the Twin Cities, but I stopped into another outlet while I was there, and that was where I found this bag. So today's video is actually featuring a Kate Spade bag, and this is the first Kate Spade bag that I think I've ever purchased. But I've had my eye on this style. This particular style is super duper cute, and I've been watching it online. It's come out in quite a few different colors, and I was kind of hoping for a unique color. I went into the store and I looked at the ones that were on the wall, and there were a couple of cute ones. And then I went to the clearance section and they had one on clearance. So this is the Kate Spade Dumpling bag. And I believe that this is the small dumpling. It's not the mini, but it's also not the largest size. But look at how adorable this guy is. Let me move back a little bit so you can see it at better scale against my body. It's so adorable, and it's in this gray suede color. And actually, let me find the tag because I am so unfamiliar with the world of Kate Spade. I don't know what the different leather colors are. So let me find the tag that has the actual details so that I don't share misinformation on accident. Okay, so this is just called the Dumpling. It doesn't list a size, and this color is called Hare Gray. H-A-R-E, like a rabbit gray. And it is a beautiful soft suede. It's a really pretty neutral gray color. I think I was just saying in a video recently that just a plain gray like this isn't necessarily my very favorite color all the time, but I do really love it in the Dumpling, and for some reason this is really feeling like it's gonna be a good bag to dress up for Valentine's Day. I've been feeling ready for Valentine's Day. I'm just embracing the aesthetic of the pink and purple and red and hearts and just cute girly stuff. You might be able to see that I changed my background over here. So I've got some little pinks and purples out over here. I set up my label printer that's pink. That was a Christmas gift from my brother. And up on my shelf above, I've put my Supernova Lucy, and I just set up some different things that are still a little wintry, but not so much Christmas. I took down on my Christmas village and everything. So I am getting in the spirit of Valentine's Day. And I guess in line with that, I felt like this would be a cute bag that I could dress up for Valentine's Day. I'm gonna just show you some of the different features of this particular bag. I'm still learning about it a little bit, so one of the things that I love about the Dumpling is just the shape of it. I think it is so cute with these little gusseted sides. This is really more of a decoration than anything. You can move the slider on these straps, but as you can see, they're kind of like stuck in this shape. I think that you could straighten them out if you wanted to, but there's really no need to. I think it really is more for looks than anything. But it has a bunch of different pockets. So coming from a brand like Portland Leather Goods, where all of their bags are unlined, many of them have one pocket, if any pockets, and I'm used to organizing with all of my small leather goods. This is a change of pace for me. This has a little pocket in the front, right behind that handle, and then there's a magnetic closure behind it, so close that. And then there's another pocket behind that one, again with a magnetic closure. And then there's a zip pocket in the middle, and then another big magnetic pocket behind the zip, and then another tiny one at the back. So this actually reminds me a lot of the Dooney and Bourke mini Barlow that I unboxed several weeks ago. And actually, let me grab that and I'll show it to you just so that you can see what I mean about those different pockets. Speaking of good bags for Valentine's Day, here's my mini Barlow in the color hot pink. This is their pebble grain leather. And this one also has multiple pockets that go from like smallest on the outside to largest in the middle. So This one only has 2 on the outside though. It's got this front one, and then it's got the large middle section, and then it's got the smaller back one. But it's got these sort of fluted edges that I think are just so adorable, and the top handles. And yeah, they just remind me a little bit of each other. They're not exactly the same, but I do really love this style where it's got like a really cute kind of feminine, dainty shape, and I think the little pockets are really fun. Now, I do have to adjust to carrying my stuff in a bag like this because it doesn't accommodate my big pouches as well. So I'm going to show you guys how my stuff actually fits in this bag, and we might have to remove some stuff from littles or use smaller littles to organize instead of the big pouches that I tend to like to use. And then I'm also going to dress this bag up for Valentine's Day so you can see the kind of vision that I had in mind. Oh, I didn't even tell you the best part. This bag originally, well, I don't know, this price tag actually doesn't have the price part on it anymore. The ones on the wall that were full price, this size, were $159. This one was on clearance for $89. So I felt like that was a really good deal for this beautiful suede. It's in really great shape. I didn't even show you, the bottom does have feet on it, which is a nice touch. And it comes with a crossbody strap too. So I'm not sure how often I will carry this bag with this crossbody strap. I may even use it with some of my other crossbody straps. This is a nice one though. It's just a small, kind of skinny leather that matches the trim on the bag. So nice to have that option. I also just really like this one as a top handle carry. It works over the arm or just by hand. So let's get this loaded up and then we'll do a try on at the end. And if I hadn't found this one in the suede that was on clearance, I was probably gonna purchase it at the full outlet price of $159 in pebbled black. I had been eyeing that one a couple of times when I've gone to the outlets, and I do really like it in pebbled black as well. And truthfully, I might have chosen pebbled black over the gray suede, but I did like this color, and for the price difference, that's what, a $70 price difference? It was worth it to get the gray for me. And then maybe someday down the road, I'll end up getting a pebbled black one as well. It might be kind of nice to get the larger size in the pebbled black. So yeah, it's hard for me to pass up a clearance deal if I like the item that's on clearance. All right, so as you can see, I've been carrying my Snappy Flappy pouch in cold brew. I love this thing. I love it so, so much. And actually, these are not too far apart in size. The Snappy Flappy is a little bit smaller, but because so much of this bag is taken up with the pockets, like the dividers between the pockets, this might actually be just as roomy as the dumpling. So we'll see. I'm gonna move everything over from this. This was not crazy full. I had already taken a few things out of this, so like my journal is not in here, or my journal case, I should say, that has my planner and my Kindle in it right now. It does fit in here though, so that's good news. And actually, let's go ahead and see if this will go in the dumpling easily. I wanted to show you guys how my new journal cover is working out for me, because I ended up using it a little bit differently than how I'd originally intended to. So I know I told you that I was going to use it as a Kindle cover, and I am using it that way. So the Kindle fits over here, but I did take the Kindle cover off, as you can see. So I had that red cover on it that had the flap that closes over the front, and I decided to just keep the Kindle by itself in this front pocket because it fits really nicely in here. And then on the other side, I can actually fit my Hobonichi Weeks planner. So I'm liking this setup a lot. I can actually use them both together in here. So I need to find a pen that I can store in here that's not going to fall out. I'd had one of my cute little cat pens in here. You can see there's a cat head at the top. And I really like this pen because it's super fine, so it's easy to write in the planner with it. But it's too skinny and it falls out if I just store it in there by itself. So I need to find something that's got probably like a clip on it so that I can clip it to the outside of the planner. And then it can just live in here. Or a thicker one would work too, where it's big enough around that it's going to hold itself in place. I feel like that could be another good solution. But yeah, I mean, I really like that the Hobonichi fits underneath this flap. So as you can see here, I've actually got the back cover of it through this back flap of the journal cover. And it is a pretty tight fit. So if you've got a Hobonichi Weeks, I would caution you that it is snug. And so I think if you didn't have a soft, stretchy, pebbled leather, it might be difficult to get it in there. But it also makes it nice and secure. And then I also really appreciate that this particular planner lays flat. That's part of its design, is that it opens up nice and flat. So I think that even with my Kindle in here, it's going to be easy for me to write notes. In fact, here we're on a week that I need to write something in. Well, I already wrote Easter's here, so I guess I don't need to write that. But let's see, I've got another event happening later in April that I can write down. It's actually going to begin on this Sunday. Wow, my handwriting is atrocious. So yeah, I find it really easy to use the planner while it's in the cover. I don't think I'm going to need to take it out very often. Maybe every once in a while if I wanted to do something more involved with it, I would. But honestly, I'm not really a planner person, and that I need to like do lots of artwork in my planner. I do find it useful to keep track of things in here, to write down my appointments. I am liking the grid part over here to try to track some different things. I had put some just YouTube video ideas over here, and I have other ideas of more tracking sort of things that I want to do on this side of the planner. We'll see if I'm actually able to keep up with that. As you can see, I've already sort of fallen off. This was actually last week, and I never flipped it over and started my new week. So I really need to work on getting up to speed. I did write down a couple of appointments for this week, but yeah, I struggle with the structure of sitting down with my planner regularly and actually getting stuff in here. But I'm working on it, and I am finding it enjoyable so far. So maybe I'll sit down and do some more tracking for this week. Now that I have reached 1,000 subscribers and I'm monetized, I'm wanting to track some of that over here as well, and also keep track of like different partnerships that I have going on with various brands and video ideas and goals. I know that I've seen other people track daily what their videos have brought in revenue. It's just a nice way to be able to look back and see how your channel has grown, or maybe what kind of content did well versus others. And that I think would be kind of fun for me too as I'm getting started with all of this. So yeah, that's just a little look at how my planner life is going so far. Clearly it's not a very rich planner life. Oh, the other thing I thought I could track actually that I totally forgot about was what bags I'm using. Because one of the things that I love seeing from other creators is like a retrospective over the course of a month of what bags they carried. And then even at the end of the year, I think is fun too. So like Amber's Fuzzy Life, she usually does what bags she carried each month. And I think that would be super fun because I mix up my bags a lot, and it would be nice to just have a little record of what's actually made it out of the closet. And then that helps too when I'm going to sell bags or rehome them, just to be able to look in the closet and know like what have I actually used and what just sits unused most of the time. So I'm thinking that that might be a fun thing to put over on this side of the planner, just a daily what bag did I carry. And maybe I won't have something new to write down every single day, but then I'll be able to look and see like, okay, well, Monday through Wednesday I carried my large Naomi, and Thursday I carried a Raindrop, and Friday and Saturday I carried my medium Metro, and Sunday I carried a Lola, you know? Just something that's kind of fun and related to my hobby to track rather than boring stuff like did I go to the gym or drink enough water. So that is my planner. And I'm still loving this cover, especially because it looks so cute with the Comet Blue. Like, there's a lot of different colors in here, so it would go with lots of different colored journal covers, but there's a lot of this pretty blue color in here, so I think it looks really nice. And then, as I was saying, the Kindle fits over here, so I do have to take it out in order to use it, but honestly, it's more comfortable to just hold it in my hands when I'm using it anyway, so I probably will just end up taking it out, reading a little bit, and then putting it back in and letting it live in there while it's asleep. And then this has both of those things that are important to me this year, and I can just keep my journal package, my journal cover stuff in my bags. And this really will fit in most of my bags. If I was taking something really small, it might have a hard time fitting it, but I think most of the time this is gonna work pretty well. I think that I would like to keep it in this back middle pocket, and oh yeah, that fits very nicely. That was actually super easy to get in there. All right, well, first item in. You all know that I tend to like to have an eclipse pouch in my bags. This I think is going to be too big and bulky to fit comfortably in the dumpling. It probably will go in. Yeah, it does, it fits in there, but I don't know, it's going to make the bag really heavy. And truthfully, I've got a bunch of stuff in here that I never ever reach for, so I've been thinking about paring this down to a smaller pouch. So why don't I just go ahead and do that now so that we can see how the smaller pouch works in the dumpling. I started looking for a particular pouch and I could not figure out for the life of me where I put it, but I forgot that I had stuck it down inside of my Snappy Flappy to get it out of the way. So since we're gonna go for kind of a Valentine's Day look, let's do a purple sidekick. And this is my sidekick pouch in violet that I got as a gift from my viewer and friend Shelly. So thank you again, Shelly. I just featured this in a video recently, so if you haven't seen that, I'll link it up here. It was just a cute video with a few fun gifts from various people. So let's see. I've got a bunch of junk in here. And what do I really need? Do I need tissues? Not really. I haven't been reaching for the tissues. Oh, well, see, I've got pump supplies that I don't really need because I've got those in my taco tassel as well. So I'm just going to put those back where they live in my office. I've got a pen and a highlighter, which I do find useful. So I'll move those over. And those fit very nicely in a sidekick. And then I've got a lip gloss. I truthfully have not been wearing any of my makeup that's in here, but I might want it at some point. You know, lip gloss and lipstick are just some of those things that you don't need them until you do, and if you don't have it, then that's pretty sad. I have this perfume that I've been carrying. This is the Kayali Fleur Majesty. It's like mostly a rose scent. It's pretty. I don't know. I truthfully haven't been using it, but again, it's kind of like the lipsticks. I just want to have something with me just in case. It's my emotional support perfume. You know, the funny thing is I actually avoid using fragrances now because I'm afraid of getting them on my bags because I know that so many people are sensitive to fragrances, and it's just, it limits who can purchase your bags if you've been using fragrances with them. And so I don't really use them, but I don't know, I kind of want to get back to it because I do love fragrance, and I always am careful to disclose when I'm selling that it's not a fragrance-free home and I do have pets and all of that good stuff. So I think that I need to stop being afraid of it and just use my bags the way that I want to. And if that rules somebody out as a purchaser, that's okay. I've got some more diabetes supplies in here. I think I'm gonna really try to just keep all of my diabetes stuff in my smaller pouch. So I'm gonna set those aside too. I don't really need those extra syringes. And then I've been toting these drink mixes around, but honestly, I don't reach for these when I'm out. So I think I'm gonna just put these back in my kitchen where I actually will use them. I do tend to have a big old thing of water most days. So I'm much more likely to actually use these to fill up my water in my kitchen than I am to use them when I'm out and about. And then this is just an old chapstick, and actually this is a good opportunity for me to just get rid of this because it's kind of old and yucky. So goodbye. All right, well, so all of that stuff condensed down pretty easily into this sidekick. And as you can see, this is gonna take up significantly less space. So I do still love eclipses, and I'm sure that I'll go back to this at some point when I'm carrying larger bags again. But for now, I think it's going to be kind of nice to have a smaller pouch with my overflow stuff. And now I can show you how this sidekick will fit down in that front pocket very easily. Tons of extra space, no problem. I love that. This bag is kind of deceptive. Like, I really thought that it was going to be a tighter fit inside of here, but I've got two fairly large things in there already, and it hardly even feels like there's anything in here. There is some weight to it, but yeah, it's a very spacious bag on the inside. All right, so let's see. We've got some other stuff to add. I have my Sabrina wallet in Sugar Snap. And I think I want that to go in this front middle pocket as well. My medical cards and extra gift cards and stuff are in this mini envelope, and I think that would be good down in this middle zip pocket. That fits very nicely in there. Let's see what else. My lavender taco tassel is holding my car fob and a little cuticle oil, and that is just going to go down inside. Maybe this will go in the front pocket, actually. That would be kind of nice to be able to get to it a little more easily. Sometimes I feel like I have a hard time fishing around for that when I just want to go get in my car and not take my whole bag. So that fits in the front pretty well, although whatever I put in this front pocket, I'm realizing is going to make it bulge kind of funny. So it fits fine, but thinking, what if I put my wallet in there? Oh yeah. Okay, and then the taco tassel can just go down inside of the middle section. That's a little less bulky and strange. I think I'm going to put this little hand lotion in the back pocket. Make it really easy to get to. My giant set of keys I'm going to put down in the middle back pocket along with my journal cover. Okay, so now I'm gonna have to prioritize how to fit stuff in here. So my taco tassel is what holds all of my diabetes supplies, and this is crucial for me to have with me. This has all of my emergency stuff in case I've got a medical issue, so I do need to have this, and I can't really pare it down to something smaller. I am remembering that I need to put my fruit snacks inside of the taco tassel, so let me do that. I had to eat the fruit snacks the other day, so then I had to restock the fruit snacks. All right, so let's see. I am gonna try to put this in the back middle section. You know what, these can go in here. So those are going in the front middle pocket. Taco tassel is gonna go in the back middle pocket, all the way down at the bottom. But then I think that this might make it too bulky to put my journal in there. Yeah. This doesn't fit particularly well with the taco tassel. So, all right, let's try again. This is requiring some Tetrising. Maybe these could go in the middle, along with my medical cards, because that's actually a pretty spacious pocket in the middle. And then what if the taco tassel went upside down in this pocket and kind of nestled with the sidekick? You guys, it doesn't fit. This is actually really frustrating. Well, this is not one that I actually have to have with me. It's more important that I have the taco tassel. Oh, here, my strap was still down inside of there. Yeah, it's more important that I have the taco tassel, and then the car fob can go down here, and I don't think that these would both fit in the back. Like this, the sidekick and the journal are just not gonna both fit in one of these pockets. It's a little too small. So, because it's important to me that I have the journal cover with my planner and my Kindle in it. I'm gonna prioritize that and put that down in the back. And what else? I guess my Dorito is the last thing that I had in my other bag. And then I usually take a mini daisy with me too, and this will hold my AirPods. So that can go up in the front pocket too. And the snaps will close, and I can zip this shut easily. So everything fits in there fine without the sidekick. So really, this is interesting. This feels like it should be pretty spacious, but it ends up holding about the same amount of stuff as the Snappy Flappy pouch. And this is what I always tell people about bags that are unlined versus bags with all the organization built in. It is nice to have some separation between the different pockets. If you don't already have your stuff separated into little pouches and stuff, then the separation inside the bag can be very helpful, because you know that, if I'm fishing for my lipstick, it's going to be in the back pocket, or if I need my wallet, it's going to be in the middle pocket. But for me, when I'm in just my normal everyday bags from Portland Leather, I have all of my stuff in these little pouches, and so I know if I need some fruit snacks because I've got a low blood sugar, I'm looking for the taco tassel. Or if I need my lipstick, I'm looking for the sidekick or the Eclipse pouch. So having all the different pockets isn't really that necessary, and the pockets end up just taking up so much extra space and adding bulk to the bag. So, it's a trade-off, and everybody has different preferences on how their bag is organized. Some people buy organizer inserts to put inside of their Portland Leather Goods bags because they want all of the different pockets. I have found that the organizers end up frustrating me because they just add too much bulk and get in the way. But the good news is there is a bag and an organization style for everyone. So my job today is simply to show you how the dumpling works and fits my stuff, and you can decide if that would work for you or not. So here it is all filled up. It did get fairly heavy, so I will say that if I was going to just be carrying this around as a top handle carry, I would want to do it on a day when my back is feeling good. It's still super cute and adorable, but I think I would get tired of carrying it after a little while, so I would be likely to want to put a strap on it. Let me do some decorating, and I will show you guys how I'm going to do that. I actually got another item that I wanted to show off. In the spirit of Valentine's Day, I was looking at the Twilly scarves on Amazon, and I found this pink and red one that is so super cute. So I bought it, and I'm going to put this on the front top handle, and I'll show you guys how I do that. Okay, it might end up being a little bit hard for you to see exactly what I'm doing here, but I have to be able to look at it too. This has horses on one side, and then it's got these geometric shapes on the other, and I'm not sure which side I want to have out. Do I want the horses out? Yeah, I feel like the horses have a little more variation, so I'm going to put them on the outside. I'm going to do this so that the ends are even and start it in the middle, and then I'm going to just wrap down each side of the handle. And then when I get to the end, I just pull it through, I do a little knot, and I let the tail hang down in the front, and it looks pretty cute. Let's do the other side. All right, maybe a little uneven, but that's okay. It's gonna work. So I've got this cute pink and red little scarf to go with my gray dumpling. And then the other day I was just looking at some of my flare, and I thought my Reba Red snap flower might be kind of cute. So I'm actually just gonna clip this over here on this little drawstring that I don't find to be super functional. It's good for hanging flare though. So there we go. There's my little Valentine's red and pink look. let me stand up and we'll do a little try-on test. Okay, and don't mind my giant stack of boxes back here. I've been doing some selling on Facebook and I've got some packages ready to go out. So here is the dumpling with my outfit. I put on my cute pink top and just a little cardigan so I could show you guys. And I think it's really adorable. I like the size of this one a lot on my body. I do think I might find the large a little more functional day to day. But this one, as you saw, holds most of the stuff that I need. It just doesn't comfortably hold everything that I normally would carry. And as I've said, it's a little bit heavy on the arm. Top handle. I can't even really show you where it hangs. It hangs like below my knee if I just extend my arm all the way. So yeah, it's very cute, but I think I would want to strap with it. So let me put the crossbody strap on. And that crossbody strap attaches here. There's a little D-ring up here and then back here. And this bag does have silver hardware, which is pretty, but it doesn't match anything else that I have. Pretty much all of my other straps and things have that antiqued brass hardware because that's what PLG uses. So if I was going to get another strap to use with this, I might need to think about getting one that had different colored hardware. So here it is over the shoulder, and I think this is on like a middle setting on this strap. So let me see the shortest setting. All right, so that's as short as it could go with its current holes that are punched, but I could always punch more holes in this as well. I like where this hangs though, just as a shoulder bag. This is pretty comfortable, and yeah, I think it looks cute like this just over the shoulder. Let me try it as a crossbody. So this is on the longest hole setting now. And yeah, that actually hangs at a very comfortable spot for me as a crossbody. If you were taller, I'm only 5'1", so if you were much taller than me, you might need some extra length on a crossbody strap, but this is a very comfortable setting for my height. Yeah, that's adorable. And then, you know, it's still very easy to grab the handles, and I feel like I could get into the bag easily at this height. So this works very well for me. Alright guys, well here it is, my clearance Kate Spade dumpling in hair gray. Let me know what you think about the suede, the shape of this bag. Do you think it's as adorable as I do? It might be a little bit just because it's called a dumpling. I just think that that's the cutest name for a bag, and I have a feeling that I'm going to start collecting these. The minis are so cute. They really would not hold much at all. But if you just needed an evening bag, something to go out on a date or take with you somewhere where you only need a couple of things to a show or something, I think the mini would be awesome. And then the large, I'm tempted to try that out as well, just to see how that works as an everyday carry for me. But this medium size is really nice too, and it fits actually more than I thought it was going to. And I had a feeling that the littles were going to be somewhat of an issue in a bag with all of the built-in organization. We found out that that was true, but I would just need to adapt if this was a bag that I was going to carry on a regular basis. So I'm really excited and curious to hear your thoughts. If you have any dumplings, let me know what colors you have. I've seen that in the past they had some really pretty ones that sold out or discontinued, so I'm hoping that they might keep releasing these in new colors, and maybe I could get a really cute girly like pink one or something one of these days. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching. Please go ahead and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Make sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so. Click that bell icon so you get notified every time I post a new video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.